Hi, this evening I am playing the Aspern-Essling 1809 game. It is part of the Glory series. This is published by, it's a very Victus game, although I think this is actually published by Hexasim. And I bought it used off a someone on BGG, and I've set up the historic scenario for the first day, so it's the 21st of May 1809. I've just done the first turn. As you can see, we've got some French units here, and then some opposing units coming on the board at the top here, and then over here as well. The rule book is in French, and I've downloaded some rule notes from Frederica's Bay's website, which have been excellent. And I have the rule book in English anyway, because it's the same rules as far as I can tell from the in the series. So I'm good on that front. There's a few things in the scenario that I've had to sort of try and work out a little bit. So I'm not 100% sure I'm playing it technically correctly, but to be honest with you, that's never stopped me in the past. And we've got some objective hexes here. So under these units here, there's 3 there, and there's also 3 here as well. So the French will be defending those on this. They do have some more reinforcements coming onto the board, but as you can see, so and then one of the other things I'm not entirely sure about is the order. I know how the order system works for the game series, and I'm going to use that order system for this scenario. I'm not entirely sure if you're meant to do or not, but I'm going to be doing that. I like the order system for the game, so that's how I will be playing it. It's quite a short game; it's only 5 turns, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to play this in an evening. But and the game's quite well. It's not too old. I think 1992, something like that. So it's a little old. But it's in. I was very lucky. The condition of the game is excellent. So I'm looking forward just to playing a few turns and seeing how the French can see if they can defend this and maybe push, just hold on, just to keep those victory points on those there. There's also some rules about some of the bridge work, and I'll be using that as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing through the turns. Like I said, only 5 turns, so I'll probably do a little recap at the end of each turn. So all the reinforcements are on the board now, and the Austrians have tried their chances against attacking here, but were valiantly repulsed by the very brave French. And there was some cannon fire and some assaults, but nothing could break through. And then the rest of the board here, mostly trying to get into formation, and a little bit of cannon fire here from the French, but to no effect. So this is there's an awful lot of Austrians at the top of the board here. The Austrians not entirely sure what to do with these units here, whether to bring them in. These are going to be wrapped up for a little while. That middle's looking very weak here, very weak indeed, apart from Napoleon himself. So we might bring the Austrians might bring these units here in and swing them round into the centre. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice, straightforward little scenario, this, and it's got a good pace to it already. So only a couple of turns in and playing really quickly. I'm really enjoying it. So the French are doing a sterling effort in pushing back the Austrians, who are trying to take these objective hexes here. And there's backwards and forwards on the artillery, but French just managing to hold on. The rest of these sort of formations are starting to get into position. These cavalry look like they're about to charge against here. They just need to be able to activate. And everyone else, yeah, is just sort of get into position here and getting ready for defence. These are moving slowly across the battlefield here. So, yeah, we've got a few more turns left to do. The French are just about holding on. They've been able to push back some of the opponents here, pretty much a stalemate at the front here, and these enemy Austrian cavalry just too much of a temptation. So the cavalry had a charge at them, a bit of pushing and shoving, and on this side these still haven't been able to get. Shouldn't be there. Still haven't been able to get into into combat yet, into this area, because I'm using the order system. They just haven't been able to get the orders and move in yet. I've just done 2 turns in a row, and things are looking a bit dicey for the French. There are some opponent into there, some of the victory hexes here and here. So the Austrians have made progress here and there. And then the French here are being surrounded. There's an awful lot of artillery there, and pretty much the same sort of situation here. And then this centre section here, they're starting to get into close range. So we'll do the next turn will be the last turn, and it feels like it could go either way. So it's right down to the wire. So how the game ended up in the end, the French were pushed out from this area here, but managed to keep the area here and keep pretty much the centre. A fun evening's war game. Didn't take too long to set up and play. Definitely an evening's game. It's quite interesting. I can't help but feel as the French, I would want to keep push these out. But I played this evening in a sort of uncharacteristically defensive mode for the French. Very aggressive for their opponent, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I will be honest with you. I think a lot of it came down to the die rolls as much as anything, especially the artillery firing between each other. There were some quite a few 1s being rolled, and conversely quite a few 9s being rolled. So it was either sort of completely ineffective or super decisive. So yeah, it was good fun. It is a game system that I enjoy, and I've done quite a few videos now on this game system. There is a second, day 2. So I will be setting that up shortly, and playing through that and see how that pans out.